Hello again, VB veteran. Welcome back. In this final video, we're going to do something very comforting. We're going to run the code. Specifically, we'll test the Coffee Visual Basic Calculation Library locally on your own machine. The one Codcel generated from that Excel spreadsheet. Yes, that Excel spreadsheet. The one that's been quietly running the business since before Git was invented. In the previous video, we added our coffee spreadsheet to Codcel, clicked Generate Project, selected Codcel Visual Basic Calculation Library, and pressed Generate. And just like that, seconds later, Codcel produced a full Visual Basic Calculation project. Source code, tests, build files, no wizard dialogues, no mysterious designer files, and no one asking, should this be rewritten in C#? Just in case. Before we run anything, let's quickly remind ourselves how closely this Visual Basic code matches the Excel file. Open cost input.visualbasic, a simple class. Exactly what you'd expect. The class name is cost input, 2 fields, emergency coffee and tip. Those are our inputs. Exactly the same as the spreadsheet. No hidden state, no clever tricks, everything spelled out. As Visual Basic intended. Now open cost output.visualbasic. There is one field, cost, again. Exactly what Excel produced. No surprises, no magic attributes, no framework quietly injecting values behind your back because it thinks it knows better, which, for a VB developer, is deeply reassuring. Now remember, our spreadsheet. We had emergency coffee set to £2.92, tip set to 0, tax as a constant. That exact data has already been turned into a test. OpenCostTest.visualBasic. This should feel very familiar. A perfectly ordinary xUnit test. The kind you've written thousands of times before, possibly in Visual Studio 2008, possibly in 2015, possibly yesterday. We create a cost input. We set emergency coffee to £2.92. Tip to 0. We call the API method, Codcel cost, with the input. We get back a cost output, and then we assert that the result is £3.50, clean, readable, explicit, no reflection, no expression trees, no fluent APIs chaining 12 methods to add 2 numbers, just logic. So let's run it. Click the Build tab, then View Test Commands. As expected, we'll need to run .NET test minus Codcel target OS equals Windows. Now, I'm going to assume you have .NET installed. You are a Visual Basic developer. If not, Google it or ask ChatGPT. That is allowed. We checked. Click Test on Terminal, and it fails with something like could not copy file. Perfect. This is exactly what we expected. Why? Because the calculation isn't actually running in Visual Basic. It's powered by the Codcel Rust calculation engine, connected through FFI. And we haven't built that yet, so let's fix that. Go back to source code and click Open to open the folder. You'll land inside Coffee Calculation Visual Basic. Now go one directory up. Here we see 5 folders. 2 of them, Coffee Calculation and Coffee Model, contain the Rust code that does the actual maths. If you're curious about those, check out our Rust Quick Start series. Learning Rust is fun, eventually. Next, we have Coffee FFI. This is the bridge. The carefully negotiated treaty between Visual Basic and a language that refuses to compile unless everything is perfect. Then finally, our familiar Coffee Calculation Visual Basic project. Important note: don't move or delete anything. Everything is wired together very deliberately, like a production system, or a Visual Studio solution that's survived 3 rewrites and still works. Back in Codcel, open the hamburger menu and select Codcel FFI. Go straight to source code. We can see a cargo file. That's your first clue. This is a Rust project. We'll open a couple of files, ffi helper.rust, then lib.rust. We do not need to understand this. That's the whole point. Go to the Build tab. Click View Build Commands. Before Visual Basic tests can run, we need to build the FFI library. The command is cargo build ---- release. Now, before running this, you need Rust installed. Open your browser and go to rustlang.org. Click Get Started. The instructions are excellent, so we won't repeat them here. And if anything goes wrong, yes, ChatGPT is still allowed. Now, if you already have Rust installed, run Rust update just to be safe. Once Rust is installed, restart Codcel. Yes, close it. Open it again. Classic software engineering. Click Open Project. Browse to your coffee project and open it. We're back on the Business Specifications page. Open the hamburger menu and go to Codcel FFI again. Go to Build. Click Build on Terminal. Now the build starts. This may take a moment. This is Rust, not Visual Basic. Rust compiles like it's auditing your logic and judging your life choices. Let it work. And there we go. Finished. Release. That's it. The Rust FFI library is built. No more Rust, I promise. Now for the payoff. Open the hamburger menu and go back to Codcel Visual Basic Calculation Library. Let's run our Visual Basic tests again. Open the source code again. Then open costtest.visualbasic. Let's remember, we have one test to run, with the same values as our Excel file. We expect £3.50. Go to the Build tab. This time, we will run the test and it will work. Click Test on Terminal. We wait a little bit, and passed is 1. Beautiful. You've just gone from Excel to typed Visual Basic inputs, to a clean API, to a native calculation engine, to passing unit tests. All in minutes, no rewrites, no transcription errors, and no one asking, are you sure Excel is still the source of truth? And that brings us to the end of the Visual Basic Quick Start series. Take a deeper dive into the code, refactor if you must, and reward yourself with a calm, well-earned latte. In this alpha version, Codcel can also generate a C# REST server, OpenAPI documentation, and even a C# web client. Perhaps in future releases it will generate these in Visual Basic. Send us an email if you want that. There's a lot more to explore. Visit us anytime at codcel.io. Thanks for watching, and keep writing Visual Basic while Codcel handles the spreadsheets.